What's up, guys? Welcome to the newest episode of the Poker Blog. It is Sunday morning, December 22nd, I think. We are about to go play a 1-3 session at a home game in Springfield, Missouri. Buy-in is about $300, and we're looking to run up a stack. What's up, guys? Welcome to vlog number 9. We're going to go over some hands from the 1-3 session we just played at a home game here in Springfield. Get excited, this is going to be our first ever episode with hole card graphics, so should look pretty nice, be a lot easier to follow along with the hands, and make the blog look a little bit more professional. So here we go.
So hand number 1, I look down at ace-king offsuit from the button. The hijack opens to $12, as you will see, and I go ahead and 3-bet him to $40. Kind of a big sizing for a live game, I feel like, but ace-king's a fairly vulnerable hand, so definitely want to go ahead and charge in the maximum. He goes ahead and folds, I believe, but the interesting part is he asked me if I had aces or kings, I believe. So I'm clearly getting a lot of the typical live game credit when I 3-bet. So that's definitely something to file away. Should try to start 3-betting a little bit wider in this game, perhaps. But anyway, I go ahead and show him the goods just to show him that I've got a couple more hands in there. So hand number 2, I have Jack-10 offsuit on the button. There are 4 limpers. The small blind makes it 18. I call, and under the gun +1 also calls. I think this is a pretty standard call. Maybe not, though. Actually, I take it back. It's kind of a loose call. But I don't hate it too much since I'm going to have position playing from the button. So anyway, the flop comes down here eventually. Apparently people were taking their la-di-da-di old time, making up their minds about what they were going to do. Anyway, flop comes down, amazing for me, queen, jack, jack. So I flop trips. Small blind bets 20. Under the gun +1 makes the call. I go ahead and raise it up to 65. And then we get some pretty interesting news as both call. So with them both calling, I'm not upset here. I'm fine with them both just calling, but I'm a little bit nervous. If one of them would have raised, I'd have really been concerned, thinking that I'm up against a bigger jack or something like that. But luckily that didn't happen. We didn't have to make a tough choice getting raised, as we would have definitely had to make the call here and then reevaluate on future streets, which would have probably gotten fairly terrifying. Anyway, trying to move along here as you're getting the live timing of this hand, as it took a little while. The turn is the 4 of spades, so it completes the front door flush draw. Not a card that we were very happy with. We end up checking here after the action is checked to us, so we were pretty happy about that. But we were not happy that it was a spade. Things could have gotten out of hand here with this being a spade, especially with 2 callers. You have to think that there's a very good chance at least one of them is on a flush draw here, but thank God neither one of them were. We're off to a river, which is another questionable card. It is the ace of clubs. So we could be dealing with a whole bunch of different stuff here, including a straight if one of them has king 10. But anyway, the action quickly checks through on the river. We show our hand, and we are ecstatic to just take it down. Not sure what they called with. Nobody. Oh no, the small blind did show. The small blind showed pocket kings, so he played it very interestingly. But anyway, that's all for hand number 2.
So hand number 3, we look down at pocket queens under the gun. I go ahead and open it up to 15 and get 1 caller from middle position. The flop comes jack high. I go ahead and bet $25 and he makes the call. The turn is the 6 of clubs. I go ahead and bet $50. He calls once again. The river is the 4 of hearts. I check, and kind of weird, it seemed very clear that he was considering going all in. Fiddled with his chips, moved him around, definitely seemed like he was really thinking about shoving. I'm not sure why. I don't remember him being very short. Maybe he decided to turn his hand into a bluff. I'm not sure. Anyway, he goes ahead and checks and shows Jack 10 offsuit for a flopped top pair. I flip over my queens and take it down. Hand number 4 was the biggest pot of the session and the biggest pot that we have played at any point on the vlog. So we look down at ace queen offsuit from the cutoff. I go ahead and open up to $20 in a straddle pot. I get 5 callers. 5. So we're going 6 ways to a flop. Flop is ace high, so seems like it should be a pretty safe flop for us. I go ahead and bet $65 after the action checks to me, and I get 1 caller. So we've drastically thinned the field. There's a ton of free money out there. The turn is the jack of clubs. I bet $85. I think I can continue to go for value here, and I want to charge all the draws the most I can. That brings a backdoor flush draw that I want to charge, and it doesn't complete any straight draws, so I don't have a whole lot to be super scared of, except for maybe ace jack specifically. The river brings the 4 of diamonds. I check. Not sure I love my check here. The only thing that I should be scared of here is a deuce, and how many 2s is he going to have here and call all those bets? Given the opponent that I'm against, I think he actually has some 2s in his range, maybe not a ton, but definitely some. He also certainly has some 6-7 of clubs, or just maybe naked 6-7. Yeah, so anyway, I got scared, probably shouldn't have, and checked. He decided to take full advantage of my check and rips it in for $290. So it's a $290 bet into a pot of about $420. I am in the tank on this one, not sure what to do. I kind of feel like his sizing is suspicious, although now that I can really see how much was in the pot, maybe his sizing isn't that suspicious. I felt like he bet way more than he would have bet if he wanted me to call, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Really wasn't sure. Convinced myself that there's no way he would have done this with a straight. Couldn't find any 2-pair combinations that he would probably have. Really couldn't find any set combinations that I thought he would have. Anyway, we were freaking out on the inside, but we end up making the call here. The pot is $1,000. He says, good call. I flip over my hand, and he mucks his cards. So we take down a $1,000 pot, our biggest pot on the vlog so far.
Sorry about the sunglasses, guys. It's a little bright out here, even though it is December, but I will take it. Couple hours into this Sunday session, bought in for 300. I think we're sitting at like 990 or something like that, right around 1,000 right now. Played a really big hand with ace queen where we made a huge call on the river. Yeah, just game is pretty good. Gonna keep on grinding. Pretty happy with how I've played so far. Pretty happy with that call. I like the way I thought through it. Yeah, feeling good right now. Gonna see if we can keep running it up. See if we can have a big day.
Number 5, I look down at pocket 10s from middle position. Early position player opens to 15. 3 people call, and I 3-bet to 75. The initial raiser is the only one that makes the call. So we're going to a flop with a very bloated pot pre-flop. The flop is a fantastic one for us. The flop comes down Jack 10-6 with 2 spades. Since there are 2 spades and I don't have the 10 of spades here, I decide that I need to bet this flop 100% of the time. I'm not 100% sure if I should be betting it 100% of the time, but I think I need to be betting it the vast majority of the time, just in case I'm going up against ace king or ace queen or any big suited ace, obviously meaning ace king of spades. Anyway, I bet 75. He thinks about it for a decent bit and then makes the fold. So we take down a pretty decent sized pot. This was the second biggest pot of the session and should have been one of the biggest pots that I have played on the vlog. Anyway, I looked down at pocket nines in the cutoff. I opened to 20 after a few limps, I'm not sure how many. The button calls, and the big blind makes it 100 straight. I maybe should be thinking about folding pocket nines here sometimes, but we were really deep at this point. The button was pretty deep, and the big blind was also very deep. Probably around, the button's probably around 500, the big blind's probably around 800, I'm guessing. I'm not sure though, maybe not. Something like that, definitely more than 500 or 600 though. And I'm sitting with around like 1,000, I think. Anyway, I go ahead and make the call, and the button tank calls. So we're very happy that the button came along here. We are looking to flop a set. That's pretty much the only thing we're looking for here. Even if we flop an overpair, it's going to be a super, super vulnerable overpair. Anyway, the flop is amazing for us. The flop comes down, Jack, 9, Jack. So we flop a full house, and we are ecstatic. As it turns out, we're way too ecstatic. The big blind leads out for 110, and we are pumped. So pumped that we tank and then make it 275. There's no reason for me to be raising here. It's a terrible play by me, and I hate it. What am I going to be raising with here? What am I going to get value from here? The button folds. The big blind tanks and folds. I fully think that he had a huge hand here, something like queens, kings, or aces. Probably a lot more often kings or aces here. Terrible bet by me. Lose out on massive value. I can just call here. I've obviously got this board locked up. Obviously, I have to be terrified if a king or ace or queen comes, but hate how I played that hand. Hate it. Hate, hate, double hate.
Wow, winning feels good. 2 winning sessions in a row. Played some of the biggest pots that I've played in the history of the vlog so far, I think. Except for maybe some of the earlier sessions. Maybe some of the very earliest episodes. Anyway, in for 300, out for 1260. Feels really good. It's 55 degrees here in Springfield, Missouri, which is amazing for December 22nd or whatever it is. Feels really good. Gotta love it. You don't always get these like big winning sessions where everything seems like it's going right. This is my biggest win in several months. Very excited about it. Things are looking good. Got the shades on. Shout out to my baby for getting them for me for my birthday. Yeah, my birthday. And yeah, we're just feeling great. Time to go home, get to work on editing the last vlog. We are shooting for uploading every Thursday now, so be on the lookout for that. Gonna be getting more consistent. Yeah, just feeling great. Feels really good. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe. Really makes me motivated to make more content, winning or losing. If you're getting people to watch and people seem to be enjoying the content, makes it. It's not hard work to even make it. It feels so good. To like make something that you can be at least a little bit proud of and that other people are gonna like enjoy watching. So anyway, signing out. Hope you guys have a good one. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Probably asking yourself, should he be rewarding himself with a ton of really bad for him food when he wins? No, I shouldn't. But it's really, really good Mexican food and I love it. So I'm about to go home, eat a whole bunch of this, and fall asleep. And that's how you cap off a winning session.